Goose. I'm on cloud nine right now. The day started bad. You know why? Because Zach LaVine was ruled out of the game, and I was pretty fucking irritated about that. But right now, I'm on cloud nine. I'm rambling. It's been like 2 minutes. How are you doing? Let's just how are you doing?
I'm doing good now because now I can say no Balzac, no problem, and and it, and that makes me feel good because we got a W, we're undefeated, riding that preseason vibe. We're still going to be champions, and after tonight, I don't care what anybody says. DeMar DeRozan is still the number one candidate for MVP. So feeling pretty good right now. That was an exciting game outside of the first quarter. If you're a Bulls fan, Heat started the game shooting lights out, and the Bulls started the game 2 for 8.
Yeah, it was like 2 for 8 from down there. Yeah.
And then they're about 5 for 15 and 0 for 6 from downtown halfway through the first there. So it was very ugly and painful in that first quarter. But if you stuck it out as a Bulls fan, despite the bad news and the horrible start, you're dancing and celebrating with us right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Before I get to Alex Rude calling me out in the comments section, we're going to talk a little bit about Zach LaVine not playing in today's game. Alex Rude, Jordan Miller, and I, they're in the chat right now, Alex and Jordan, but we did a little spaces earlier where we were just talking about it and trying to gauge opinions and stuff like that. Were you surprised to see that news? Because first of all, I haven't gotten to get your opinion on that because I know you had to work earlier today. I left a meeting to open up a space because I was so upset. I had to talk to somebody about it. But were you surprised to see that?
Yeah, I mean, we finished off the preseason with Zach not playing and Zach not playing in the second half of that third preseason game, and we put a positive spin on it. We chalked it up to him being confident in his knee because that's what he was telling us. Yeah. And we swept the sub 40% and sub 10 points per game underneath the rug and just said, you know what, Zach's going to be Zach when the season starts. And then you get the news that knee, like injury. How do you manage an injury when you haven't played a game yet?
Well, that's where it became conflicting because Zach said that it was no setback. Zach said there was no discomfort. And you get love him or hate him, go shoot Joe Collier a foul if you don't, or say sorry to him because he did good reporting today. Because he was the one who asked Zach if there was any discomfort or said, oh, well, you have your discomfort, Zach. He goes, I never said I had discomfort. Said, I never said that. Billy comes out later in the day and said that Zach started feeling it after the intense workouts. So I don't understand why it has to be a big fucking secret. It's really annoying. But here we are.
Well, yeah, because the Bulls have 6 more games in the next 10 days. So
right.
How many of these games is Zach LaVine actually going to play? And if he does play, what kind of minutes restriction is he going to be at? We already expected him not to be playing in back-to-backs to start the season until, he kind of got his feel and got his confidence in that knee again. But to see the first game of the season after 9-10 days rest, a week and a half, to not play in this game, almost rained on the parade, like big time. It really put a damper on Bulls opening night, and I'm glad that this team came together and Dragic, the Dragon, took the heat from the Heat in that first half to kind of keep us alive to get to the DeMar show in the second half.
Yeah, and I'm going to elaborate a little bit on Zach. Yes, Chai Sports fan, Zach did make the trip out to Miami. He was there. Yeah, I thought it was super weird. I don't like the secretiveness around the injury. I hate that. Going into a year where we want to be competitive, the continuity aspect of things, you need to be healthy. Being down a starting backcourt that have 2 huge contracts in it, Lonzo Ball and Zach LaVine, is not ideal. But this is where we're going to flood into the game. That was then. This is now. I do want to say Goran Dragic carried us in that first half a little bit, man. He kept it. He had a couple of threes.
Him and Io carried us entirely in that first half, and it was kind of nice to see, despite a few blunders from Drummond, that the other addition that the Bulls made in the offseason made a positive impact. I don't know how you felt about the rotations entirely, but even without 2 of our highest paid and obviously our best players, I really didn't feel like we were lacking potential and the ability to compete. Like, it felt pretty good. And obviously Kyle Lowry was horrible tonight too, which helped.
Oh, yeah.
But from a team standpoint in general, I didn't feel outmatched against the Miami Heat tonight, even without Zach and Zell.